Hi, this is Christian, and welcome back to NFL Updates Express, your weekly dose of NFL news. Coming your way, Week 10 predictions. In the Spotlight Game of the Week, it's the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Atlanta Falcons in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Now for the Dallas Cowboys, they've looked pretty impressive in the last few weeks, defeating the Redskins and then the Kansas City Chiefs, some pretty good opponents. And for the Cowboys to make the playoffs, well, they'll probably have to finish with around 10 or 11 wins, and right now they're about at the halfway point of that. The Cowboys do have a pretty tough schedule coming up, and starting includes the Atlanta Falcons, a team that has been up and down this season. The Falcons coming off of a narrow loss to the Carolina Panthers, a big division rival, and the Falcons, they had the game. But Julio Jones dropped a wide-open touchdown pass. Matt Ryan threw a big interception which turned that game to Carolina's favor, and the Falcons just can't get out of their own way. And so for the Falcons to win this game, well, they're going to have to be effective in the running game. Devonta Freeman and Tevin Coleman have had pretty decent seasons so far, and if Tevin Coleman can get involved in the passing game and Freeman can run between the tackles against a interesting Dallas Cowboys defense, then I think the Falcons have a shot, especially being at home, to get back on track. But I think right now Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott are on too much of a roll, and I think the Dallas Cowboys end up taking this W. Dylan's prediction is the Dallas Cowboys. Two teams in playoff contention take flight at Ralph Wilson Stadium when the New Orleans Saints take on the Buffalo Bills. Now the Saints, winners of 6 straight, have looked amazing so far to this year. After starting 0-2, they have been one of the most dominant teams in football. The Saints, headlined by running backs Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara, have looked like one of the best offenses as well. And Drew Brees, well, who knows how many seasons he'll have left, and he wants to go out with a bang. The Saints currently lead the NFC South by half a game, only trailed by Carolina at a 6-3 record. And so, for the Saints, they have a tough task on the road against a pretty solid Buffalo Bills team who currently sit at 5-3. And the Bills, well, they just received Kelvin Benjamin via trade in exchange for a 3rd and 7th round draft pick, and he'll definitely help their passing game with Zay Jones, a rookie, and Jordan Matthews, a guy they got from Philadelphia. So I think Tyrod Taylor, he doesn't have to do too much in this game. The Saints defense, though, has improved, but they'll have to run the football with LaShawn McCoy on the ground and Mike Tolbert as well. This should be a very close game with the Buffalo Bills' dominant defense and the fact that they're at home, and I think the New Orleans Saints are going to put up a big fight. But I think ultimately the Saints' winning streak comes to an end as the Bills are able to get an important win at home. Dylan's prediction is the Buffalo Bills. It's another great matchup at Everbank Stadium when the Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Now for the Chargers, they've been up and down this season, and I really think they could still get a wild card potentially with some of the bottom teams in the AFC floundering. The Bills are certainly up there, but they could always fall off, leaving room for a team like the Chargers if they happen to go on a hot streak. And that would have to start in this game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the Jaguars, well, they're no pushover. After defeating the Cincinnati Bengals 23-7, it seems right now the Jaguars are one of the AFC's top teams. Wow, I never thought I'd say that. But the Jaguars, they're no joke. Their defense has been phenomenal. Saxonville, as they call them at Everbank Stadium, has been ferocious. And the Jaguars are really relying on their defense this year to propel them to win. But Blake Bortles, well, he's been underrated, and, well, he hasn't been playing as bad as many people had anticipated. So I think right now, if he can be at least a game manager and not turn the football over, and Jacksonville's defense can carry them to victory, then the Jags can win about 10 or 11 games this year. Overall, I think this game will be very close, back and forth, but I think ultimately the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to get another win here at home. Dylan's prediction is the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's a great matchup at FedEx Field when the Minnesota Vikings take on the Washington Redskins. Now, out of all the games I had to predict this week, this one was definitely the biggest toss-up. I mean, both the teams on offense are pretty much even. The Vikings are around 22.4 points per game and the Redskins 22.1, so their offenses are pretty much equal in terms of production. Now I know Kirk Cousins probably better than Case Keenum, but the production in terms of stats says otherwise. And for the defenses, well, Minnesota does have a better defense than the Redskins, as they've only allowed 16.9 points a game, and the Redskins have allowed a little over 24. And so I think for the Redskins to win this game, their defense is going to have to play like they did against the Seattle Seahawks. Now I know Blair Walsh missed 3 field goals, which would have made the difference in the game for the Seahawks, but the Redskins still had a pretty dominant defensive performance. Turned out they got 2 interceptions, and if you include the 2-point conversion, a third. And so the Redskins defense looks to have really improved. And they'll need to against Case Keenum and Jerick McKinnon, along with 2 dynamic receivers, and Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs for the Minnesota Vikings. Overall, I think this game should be very back and forth, could come down to even an overtime game, but ultimately I'll take the home team Redskins to get the job done. Dylan's prediction is the Washington Redskins.
You better not be the one to doubt us, 'cause we've been putting in the hours. We only taking what was ours, so you better not be the one to doubt us, 'cause we gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. Okay, whoa. We've been on the road from the go. Hit my blow. You know we've been down for too long to give up. Can't go. I need all pesos, want it all. Case closed. I go balls to the wall, can't hold to the ball game over. These boys can't hold me. You boys can't hold us. I told you. You better not be the one to doubt us, 'cause we've been putting in the hours. We only taking what was ours, so you better not be the one to doubt us, 'cause we gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind.
The player of the week is New Orleans Saints rookie running back Alvin Kamara out of Tennessee. Now the New Orleans Saints were projected by many to finish last, including me, in the division. But the Saints have shocked everybody, and a big part of that has been running back Alvin Kamara. He's been a big factor in the running game and the passing game, and if he can continue to do what he's been doing to help out this New Orleans Saints offense, who knows, the Saints could be going deep into January. The Christian's Crew team of the week is the Los Angeles Rams. Now I know the talk's been about the Philadelphia Eagles or the New England Patriots or Kansas City Chiefs, but the Rams are silently making a claim for the NFL's best team. They have completely dominated teams, including a 33-0 win over the Arizona Cardinals, and then just recently a 51-17 win over the lowly Giants. Yeah, I know they've been playing some easy competition per se, but right now, the Los Angeles Rams could be the best team in the NFL, and that's why they're the Christian's Crew Team of the Week. For the rookie report, we take a look at Juju Smith-Schuster, the wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now Juju, well, he's made a big impact in his rookie season for the Pittsburgh Steelers, coming out with a 95-yard touchdown against the Detroit Lions, which made everybody look at it. If he can continue to produce the way he has and become a second viable option for Ben Roethlisberger in the passing game, the Pittsburgh Steelers could be in for a great season. For the NFL Week 9 recap, the upset of the week was the Redskins upsetting the Seattle Seahawks 17-14, and the most entertaining game was the Carolina Panthers defeating the Atlanta Falcons 20-17. My record prediction for Week 9 was 8-5. Dylan's was 6-7. My record prediction for the entire year is 81 and 50, which comes out to a 61.1% percentage. And Dylan's for the entire year is 74 and 57, which comes out to a 56.5% percentage.